If you know me, then you know that I love a good seven song. I'm sorry if you it's not your particular taste in music. Sorry for torturing you. It's what I love, and so it's what I'm going to share. It is 11 o'clock, and as I have been saying, and as I like saying, right, 11 o'clock is the new 1995. Way before canceling and all of those sorts of things were in style. Okay, so your thoughts here will not get you canceled. I like to hear opinions that differ from mine. It helps me test my worldview and at times change my worldview. So I appreciate your worldview as much as it might be completely different from mine. But anyway, um, it is quite late, so I'm going to keep this one concise as well. Again, I really do appreciate it when we share thoughts. So if you have any thoughts that you would like to share with me, I would appreciate them. Okay? That comment section is there for you to share your thoughts and anything that you would like to hear about, that you would like for us to talk about here. Just leave it in the comment section. I usually like it when people leave me questions, and I usually answer them after the fact, after the actual live itself. But anyway, today I had these thoughts to share with you. Let me quickly get my notes. Yeah, I've been writing these thoughts down whenever I get them so that I can be a little bit more articulate as I share these thoughts with you. Yesterday we spoke about challenges and the fact that problems will not cease in this life that we are in. There is no end to problems. Today, I wanted to carry on with that theme. Just in case you did not know, it is Mental Health Month. And if you know me personally, then you know I care extremely about mental health, right? And mental hygiene and keeping the space in your head clean and in good order, right? So that's why much of my focus this month will be on tools that I have found useful in my own journey towards more hygienically sound mental. Okay, these are tools that I have found useful. So today, what I'm going to share on is perspective, the idea of perspective. Okay, perspective is quite something. Where you are tends to determine how you behave. I know there's going to be all kinds of people that are like, oh, I'm the same person no matter where I am, and all of that kind of stuff. But the same attitude and behaviors that you bring to a classroom situation isn't the same attitude and energy you would bring to a work situation, isn't the same one that you would bring to, say, a church situation. This is where the idea of perspective for me is built off of. Like, how you look at a situation, the story that you build around a situation determines how you react to it, right? Give you, for instance, a situation where someone steps over your new Air Forces, right? If the story in your head is that Air Forces give you worth in life, then you're probably gonna throw a nice little fit and shout and push and shove and all of that. But if your perspective on Air Forces is that they're just shoes. I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for this from my sneakerheads, but if your perspective on Air Force Ones or whichever ones you prefer is that they're just shoes and their purpose isn't to give you any worth, any self worth, but their purpose is to cover your feet and stop them from getting poked by all kinds of thorns and glass and all of that. If that is your perspective on Air Force Ones, someone stepping on them isn't going to cause you to have a meltdown, okay? That's not going to cause you to have a meltdown. Because your perspective on these things are that they don't define you. And putting on these lovely shoes, nice as they are, and as much respect as they might get you from other sneakerheads, isn't really going to give you any kind of solace for the real issues that you deal with. Perspective. You switch your perspective and focus on the thing that actually matters, that your feet are still covered. Or, yes, we'll go with covered for now because it's 11, okay? And it's 1995. And I have an opinion and you have your opinion. If you don't like mine, that's what it is. It's 1995, okay? But your perspective on Air Force then will determine how you react to someone else and how they treat your Air Forces. It's the same with your perspective on other people's opinions of you or of your worldview. If your perspective on other people's opinions is that it validates your worldview, or it validates or negates or invalidates what you believe, well then every time someone challenges your worldview, you're gonna have a nice little meltdown and shout and kick and throw all kinds of mean labels on them because it's the age of labels now. Everybody's some kind of label these days. Everybody's some kind of label, and we are not. I'm going to speak for myself. I am under the impression that we, as a collective, are not able to get to the core or the very essence of the things that we care about. We're not able to properly communicate the things that we care about, because every time that someone just disagrees with what you believe or what you hold as true, right? Every single time someone disagrees, they have a nice, beautiful label that they have to take. You know, I love conversation, not because I love to hear the sound of my voice, which I do. I really do. Honestly, I won't even lie to you. I love to listen to the sound of my own voice, okay? But that's not the reason why I love conversation so much. It's because I hold the view that despite, let's do this. I don't like to hold on so tightly to a belief, right? That it turns me into a tyrant when someone doesn't believe what I believe. I don't think beliefs are meant to stay stagnant and stay static. I don't hold that. So whenever I engage in conversation, for me, the act of engaging in conversation is either to disprove what I already believe, right? Or prove it correct. That's the point for conversation for me. It isn't to put the actual opinion itself on a pedestal. For me, it's like there is a high possibility that what I hold as true is untrue. Okay? And because that high possibility, of course, because I'm a fallible human being, for one, right? And beyond even that, I do have my beautiful moments of idiocy, okay? And I've had so many moments of idiocy, right? Where I've gotten things so off the mark. And if history is anything worth going off of, then my opinion and my perceptions of the world are nothing worth going off of, right? So the best I can do is take my worldviews and test them against the real world. This is why I engage in conversation, and I thought this is why everyone engaged in conversation until we met people. I referred to myself as we. Yes, I just did. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take it as it is. It's 1995. Cool. But when I engage people at times who are so in love or intoxicated by their ideas that they are not open to the possibility that their worldview could possibly be wrong, and they have no room for wisdom. I mean, not wisdom, reason, sorry. They have no room for reason whatsoever. Lay it down as beautifully and as articulately as you would like to lay it down. They will not be convinced, right? And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't see how that could be a positive. This is most of society today. With the advent of social media and all these technologies that we're exposed to, every single person's voice is amplified now. And we find ourselves in a society that glorifies the individual's opinion, even past fact, even past the importance of fact, even past the importance of peer testing your ideas, even past that information. I mean even past the importance of socializing the ideas. If you get what I mean by socializing, I should probably explain what I mean by socializing the ideas, by taking these ideas and testing them against society in the broader sense and seeing how true these ideas are, how good they are for the broader society. They might be good for you, right? These ideas that you hold true, and these ideas that you love so much, be they political ideas, be they, well, political would encompass societal ideas most times, be there ideas on what people should eat, how people should train, all those things, right? It isn't more important that you are right than it is that what you believe is beneficial, right? If we don't go back to focusing on what actually matters like that, like, is it more important that I'm correct, or is it more important that this is beneficial? If we don't take conversation back to that, if we don't realign our perspective to that, forgive me, my mind is quite slow. It's been a day, and I'm sure you understand it is after all 11. This is the only time that we, for now, get to have these conversations, so you'll have to deal with a slightly slow mind, okay? But I was saying, if we don't get to a point where we adjust our perspectives and focus on what is important, which is our ideas beneficial to the largest group possible, right? Slightly utilitarian in nature, but hey, I guess that's the worldview I subscribe to. What does the most benefit to the biggest number of people in the group? Is it what you believe, or is it what the group believes that's important? Oof, I'm getting into very muddy territory here with that. With, is the individual more important than the group, or is the group more important than the individual? Oof, this conversation wasn't meant to get here, but here we are. I was thinking of perspective in the sense of what an elder can see from his chair, a youngster cannot see even if he climbed on a tree. That's what I was looking to share here, but it looks like we're going into very muddy um, ground here with these ideas of whether the individual is more important or the group, the greater collective is more important. That is grounds I don't wish to develop a conversation on right now. But if you would like for me to speak a little bit more about that, like whose rights trump, like is it the individual rights that are greater, or are we more, or am I? Let me stop using we for myself. Or am I more democratic in my stance or in my thinking? That's a conversation for another day. We are 16 minutes in, and I would like to not drag this out even further than it is, but I really am interested in your thoughts on this. So go ahead, shoot me a comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All the YouTuber things, like it, everything, wara wara. Okay, I just said it. I said wara wara. But anyway, I'm going to cut it here before I open a bigger bracket than I am willing to bite on tonight. Okay? So this is going to be my good night and farewell to you, and thank you very much for watching this. If you're watching this, then you probably deserve my thanks. And if you've reached this point or this deep into the conversation, then yeah, really, I appreciate you. And I appreciate the Fantastic Six. Is that what we're going to call them? Or Stupendous Six? Just in case the word stupendous isn't readily available to someone's vocabulary, and then they think I'm calling people stupid here. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm saying amazing, like splendid six. Splendid. I'm trying to find, 1995, we loved rhyming everything back then. So at least that's what I think. So I'm trying to find like a rhyme like that, like Fantastic Four type thing. But there's 6 people who keep supporting. I'm rambling again. It's 11. Okay, I appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next one. Let's see what song is on right now as we draw you out here. Let's see. Oh.